Previously on the Canadian Rally Championship. After battling terrible weather on the ridge roads of the Rocky Mountain Rally, the teams headed east to the warm Atlantic coast and the passionate fans of the Rallye Baie de Chaleur.
There are literally thousands of spectators lining the roads, and they really get into it.
The spectator here is awesome. You know, it's the best event for that.
It's always good to put a little bit of extra sideways stuff for them.
And although the points lead was in Lestage's hands, the tough roads of the mid-season classic could turn the tides in a heartbeat. The challenging stages took their toll on the teams and cars, with Antoine Lestage and the ROCKSTAR team topping the podium once again. Now today, with the season half over, the teams will face off on the oldest battleground in the championship's history, Rallye Defi. And one team will not make it to the finish. Hello, Canada. Vic Rauter along with TSN Rally analyst Paul Chater, and welcome to St. Agathe, Quebec. It is round 4, the 2011 Canadian Rally Championship. It is Rallye Defi. And Paul, as rallies go, this is a classic.
Yeah, it certainly is, Vic. Defi was once a round of the World Rally Championship, back when it was known as the Criterium du Quebec. This year, the teams will face no less than 23 special stages, some with a unique combination of gravel and tarmac. And each of these stages is a sprint, and it makes every one of them count.
The Canadian Rally Championship on TSN is brought to you by Subaru. Think, feel, drive Subaru. And wasting no time, the teams take it right to the stages, Paul, and you have to agree, at this, well, Antoine Lestage, it's his rally to lose.
Yeah, with co-driver Natalie Richard calling the pace notes, Antoine earned a record 5th win at the Late Summer Classic last year, besting his crew chief and mentor, the rally master himself, John Buffum.
And so here they are, Antoine and Natalie back again, making the ROCKSTAR Royal Group team a force within the championship.
With the ROCKSTAR Evo in fighting form, Antoine is gunning for his 6th win here at his home event.
But as always, he'll have his work cut out for him, because here comes Subaru Rally Team Canada and 4-time champion Patrick Richard.
3, 2, 1.
Suffering a string of bad luck this year, Richard and co-driver JUNNILA have some catching up to do in the season's points battle. But this may be the battleground they need to do it. Although Lestage has a dominant record here, many of the stages here at Rallye Defi are very fast and technical, just the kind of roads Richard likes.
Sounds like they're having some problems with the notes already.
Yeah, there are so many factors involved in calling pace notes that it can all come apart in a heartbeat, and any mistake, no matter how small, can make a big difference.
So they need to pick it up, Paul, and fast. Now, here comes Crazy Leo Erlichich and his new partnership with that Irish co-driver Martin Brady we met a couple of rallies ago, has proven to be a great success.
Yeah, with the consistency of a pro co-driver and a big change to his pace note system, Leo has hit the podium in his last 2 events. He's having some difficulties today, however. Partway through the first stage, he's broken a drive shaft and is fighting through the stages with only rear-wheel drive.
All right, Craig Henderson, co-driver Lynn Murphy, team swap shop. They've been on the podium before. Now they've got just 3 cylinders. You can hear it now. So mechanical problems.
Yeah, Steve Hobbs, on the other hand, is off to a flying start, and without a major challenge from Henderson or Leo, he and co-driver Jean-Mathieu Tremblant have slotted themselves into 3rd ahead of Joel Levac.
All right, let's go back to the front now. And after the trouble with those notes on stage 1 and a technical malfunction requiring a tow to transit, Lestage takes 9.4 seconds on Richard on stage 1. But Richard fights back on stage 2. He gets 5.5 back. And despite hitting a rock, if you can believe it, and destroying the left rear suspension. So after the first loop, Lestage leads Richard by 3.9. Steve Hobbs is a minute back in third, with Levac hot on his heels and Leo poised to climb back up the leaderboard.
Well, I mean, in the first stage, we had a little bit of issues with the notes. The second stage, picked up the pace a bit, about 4 kilometers or 3 kilometers from the end. We just landed a jump and something felt funny in the back of the car and we had to really slow down. And as you can see, the whole left rear corner was torn off. We won the stage, but now we're in deep trouble.
You know, Paul, it's times like these that the service crews really do shine. If you ripped a corner off your street car, it would be days before you'd had it back. But the Rocket Rally boys will have this car fixed up in short notice.
The competition is keeping the pressure on the ROCKSTAR team.
It's really tight right now. We're actually only about three seconds ahead. We won the first stage, Pat won the second stage, but right now we're just waiting to find out maybe what's going on because he was towed into refuel, which is illegal, and the penalty is exclusion. So I'm not sure what's going on there. You know, we're still driving our rally and we'll see how it ends.
Coming up, Richard, Lestage, they come out fighting. The competition closer than ever.
But we're in the lead and we're happy with that.
Rallye Defi will be right back on TSN. Welcome back. Rallye Defi here on TSN. And boy, they had to do all that work in the first service to repair the damage to their STI. Patrick Richard and Leanne JUNNILA are now ready to hit the stages for their next loop.
Team Subaru's mechanics proved once again that they're the best when it comes to these challenging situations. During the service, they had to replace pretty much everything in the rear end, even the differential, which was damaged from dragging on the ground. Even with that tremendous workload, they got the car checked out of service only a few seconds late, incurring only 10 seconds worth of penalties.
You know, Paul, it really is brilliant work, but with the battle so close, the ROCKSTAR Royal Group team, 10 seconds can make a big difference. Richard, though, is flying, trying to claw back that time, and it's the pressure like this that always brings out the best in Richard.
Yeah, and if it's pressure he wants, Lestage is happy to oblige. I'm sure this is his home event. He's won it 5 times, and with the championship lead currently in his hands, Antoine wants this win badly.
So trying to make it 6 at Defi, but they've been on a great streak, Paul, this ROCKSTAR Royal Group team. With Subaru and their USA top driver, David Higgins, not in the rally, it means that Antoine and Natalie have also clinched the North American Rally title for a 2nd straight year. So congratulations to them. Meanwhile, Crazy Leo is rapidly climbing back up the leaderboard.
The Beast, as Leo calls his brightly painted STI, is back in fighting form. While Leo told us that the car was a blast to drive sideways with only rear-wheel drive, the additional traction of all-wheel drive is critical if he's to challenge the other open-class teams.
And, Paul, he's quickly getting faster all the time. Leo, we talked about it last year. If he wants to be on the podium on a regular basis, he has to be fast, he has to be smart, and now he's challenging.
Joel Levac is also showing increased pace, thanks in part to his Subaru STI, which was built by Vermont Sports Car.
And hot on his heels, Paul. Well, he made the podium here in 2009. That's Steve Hobbs. Would love to be on the podium again, but in all forms of racing, you know it's just one mistake can take you out.
And with 23 stages in this rally, there are plenty of opportunities to make mistakes. It's an event that favors drivers who take the long view and pace themselves, posting consistent times in every stage. Drivers like Craig Henderson. With the earlier troubles sorted out, he's posting top 5 stage times, making his way back up the leaderboard. And
Paul, he's going to have to fight his way through some top rally drivers from Quebec, including swap shop teammate Marc Bourassa and La Prairie's Maxime Labrie.
Both have Subaru STIs in similar form to Henderson, so it will come down to a question of skill and consistency. Craig has the experience advantage here, and in rallying, experience counts for everything.
So it continues to be close right at the top. The battle between Richard and Lestage continues to intensify. Now listen, after winning stage 3 by just 2/10, Lestage then tied Richard on stage 4. Lestage took 5, but then Richard rattles off stage 6, 7, 8, and by the end of the loop stages, you know what? There was only half a second difference.
This is the sort of showdown we've been waiting for. Even with Richard's 10-second late service penalty, they're so close that it's still anyone's game, and they're leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
And seeing these two champions duke it out on this historic battleground, Rallye Defi, is the stuff of rally legends. So after 8 intense stages, Richard trails Lestage by less than 15 seconds. Leo made his way back up to third, nearly 2 minutes behind, with Levac right behind him. And back in service, it's a chance to reflect.
Yeah, first on the road was a little bit bad. The first time it was really loose, but not too bad. The times are okay, so I'm happy with it. I drove, I think, at a good pace, didn't take any crazy chances. The car is in one piece, and I'm happy the way it goes, but we're in the lead and we're happy with that.
Despite the adversities, Richard made Lestage pay for every tenth.
Well, we weren't able to do, we were able to repair the car, but there was always just a couple small things like the alignment and stuff which was out, and I've been adjusting as we go through every stage, and I finally got a setup that's actually fairly quick. We tied Antoine on 2 or 3 stages and won 1 or 2, so it's not slow. It just doesn't handle like I'd wish it would, but it's, it's good enough for now, and I'm happy to say that we're still in the rally.
When we come back, we'll look at a new way you'll look at rallying.
You can actually, when you're watching the video, you can tilt and pan in 360 degrees all the way around the camera.
Neither Richard nor Lestage is willing to give up any ground. It's Rallye Defi on Canada Sports Leader, TSN. Welcome back, Vic Rauter along with Paul Chater, and of course we've been watching that battle for the lead, but there's also a great fight for the peloton as the teams go into the evening stages.
C'est sûr qu'on travaille fort pour avoir une place sur le podium aujourd'hui. Les gars font un super travail au niveau du service. On n'a pas vraiment beaucoup de problèmes, sauf qu'il reste quelques petites affaires à peaufiner au niveau du pilotage, mais on devrait être correct. On travaille fort.
Yes, everything going well. The car running well, and the co-driver running well, so very good. I try to stay there, but I don't want any mistakes. So I just want to take mileage. That's it. So
when we left this morning, we were 10th. We're probably back up to 6th or 7th right now. That was a goal. To be top 5 would be really nice for sure.
I think on the pace we're going at a pace that's safe enough to stay ahead and hopefully stay on the road. But that could be famous last words. So we're not gonna count our chickens. We're going to proceed with a certain amount of caution because this second would be a good result, and we want to hold on to it.
And with all that action, Paul, spectators are always looking for new ways to taste the thrills of rallying, and John Cassidy has teamed up with Quebec-based X-Vision to create a new interactive experience.
We were approached by X-Vision, which is a 360-degree immersive video camera capture company here in Canada. They've been trialing their equipment in different extreme sports. This is the first application in rally car. You can actually, when you're watching the video, you can tilt and pan in 360 degrees all the way around the camera. So it puts you right at the center of the experience. So we're really excited to see what it's going to be like to ride inside our car and look around as we're going down the stage.
X-Vision gives a virtual spectator complete control of their point of view. Look left, right, forward, or back. Look as far down the road as you can. It's all up to the viewer.
X-Vision will have lots of this video and samples and their other projects as well. And at some point, once we process the video, we'll have it on our team website.
And of course, Paul, it gives fans a new way to be part of rallying, and it'll make them very, very happy. Meanwhile, the teams are now attacking the spectator-packed Palomino Loop.
They'll do 3 passes of this classic stage, and the setting sun throws an additional challenge at the teams: visibility. Completing each pass is critical to a strong finish for the end of the day.
Antoine Lestage and Patrick Richard continue to punch and counter-punch. Richard takes a couple of seconds out of Lestage's lead on the first pass. Lestage grabs 2/10 back on the second. Now, on stage time, they're nearly tied.
The pace Team SUBARU is showing is proof positive that in battle, JUNNILA is up to the challenge. Not even Richard can go up against Lestage without someone very capable calling the notes. With the trouble earlier fully sorted out, the stages tomorrow will determine the winner.
Did you see how he papered that wall? Meanwhile, Joe Levac is falling a little further behind in his battle for third with HOBBS and Erlichich. Suspension problems, driveline problems. He's bleeding on each pass at Palomino, and it's just the sort of opportunity that the young gun HOBBS from Saint-Gédéon is waiting for. By the final run, though, HOBBS will edge Levac for fourth by 1.1 seconds. Levac will have to get it straightened out overnight.
HOBBS has shown incredible consistency through the stages today. It's easy with this many short sprints to try to go all out on every one, but that can be a recipe for disaster.
And by the end of the Palomino Loop, Craig Henderson is now fully back up to speed, posting top 5 stage times, edging closer to the podium. And after a crash at Rallye Baie de Chaleur, Henderson is hungry now for a strong finish.
Yeah, but none of the peloton can catch Crazy Leo. He's solidly in third place. His ultimate personal goal being to match his pace to that of Lestage or Richard.
Absolutely, and you can't blame him, Paul, for aiming high because he wants to be a contender, rally in and rally out. Meanwhile, after swapping seconds with Richard all afternoon, Lestage, he is on maximum attack now. He punches the clock, the last stage. Get this, 1:39.1.
It's fun. I tried really hard in the last two stages. Today, earlier, I was not driving 10 tenths, but we had a good run. The car is fine, and the times are very close with Pat, so should be a good battle tomorrow.
Are they ever? And Richard, for his part, making Lestage sweat at the end of the day. He stops the clock. Get this, 1:36.8.
Just on the stages today, we battled hard. The car's running great. We might have a couple penalties. We're going to look into that tonight, and hopefully we'll start tomorrow first on the road.
With the competition this close, the spectators are in for a great show when dawn breaks tomorrow.
So Lestage still leads Richard, but now only 10.3 seconds. Crazy Leo is another 2 minutes back in third, while Levac and HOBBS continue to duke it out for fourth. Coming up, the battle for the podium will claim another victory.
Yeah, it's so fast in the wood.
And so what will happen in the battle between Lestage and Richard, we'll find out. Rallye Defi here on TSN. Welcome back to Rallye Defi on Canada's sports leader, TSN. The Canadian Rally Championship on TSN is brought to you by Subaru. Think, feel, drive Subaru. And by Yokohama Tires. Now you've got control. It's the dawn of a new day and the dawn of big problems for Richard.
For towing of disabled vehicle on a transit section, organizer decide to exclude from the rest of the rally on car number 2 of Pat Richard. So Pat won't be able to continue the event.
Well, it's unfortunate. I mean, we were having a great battle with Antoine yesterday, but as it turns out, getting assisted by another competitor is not permitted within the regulations, and the organizers decided to exclude us for the event because of it. It's really a hard hit for the team. We were very competitive this weekend, and we'll have to move forward from this, and we know the car's competitive, and I'm looking forward to PFR.
And you know that Antoine Lestage doesn't want to see his battle with Richard end this way.
Yesterday, the times in the stages were really close. Pat was driving very well, and I was hoping for a big fight this morning, but it's unfortunate what happened, but it is what it is. Well, now we have a 2.5 minute lead, so it's a big lead. We're just going to go. I don't want to go too slow. I'll have a good pace. I want to have fun, but I just have to be careful to not do anything stupid and not break the car and try to win it.
You know, Vic, emotionally, this is a crushing blow to both Subaru Rally Team Canada and the ROCKSTAR Royal Group team. Battling it out like this is both strenuous and exhilarating, and rallyists like Antoine Lestage come to the Canadian Rally Championship to measure themselves against the best drivers in the country. To have the battle end on a technicality is disheartening for both parties.
And Paul, other drivers feel exactly the same way, such as Crazy Leo. He's always striving to match the pace of the champions. Now the disqualification moves him up. He's into second place, and he's worked hard to overcome the driveline issues back on stage 1, and now it's all paying off. And watch him now, because he has dialed it up a notch, and this STI is literally flying on the ground.
By the time the teams hit the spectator-packed Montpellier special stage, Steve HOBBS had dispatched Joel Levac, but now Craig Henderson is on maximum attack. With a veteran like Henderson hot on his heels, HOBBS must be feeling the pressure.
Oh, goodness. And you know, we talked about it, one mistake.
Yeah, it's so fast in the right 4. And it's too wide in the. It's a gravel. It's very so fast in the wood.
And you know, running concurrently with the national championship event is the hotly contested regional rally. Leading the charge to the top spot for the podium is the brother and sister team of Nick and Kelly Matthew, fully back up to speed after their big crash at the Rallye Bay de Chaleur a year ago.
Hot on their heels is Nick Narini, the 2010 Ontario Performance Rally champion, landing in second place on the regional podium today.
And rounding it all out for third is the all-female team of Michelle Lefranbois and Alice Rassette. The girls tasting champagne after an epic drive. Congratulations to everyone.
Back in the national championship hunt, Craig Henderson's consistency pays dividends through the challenging stages today.
You know, Paul Henderson, co-driver Lynn Murphy collected third place here a year ago. Looks like they're well on their way to a repeat. And it's amazing when you think they ran part of the rally on 3 cylinders. Team Swap Drop has to be proud of Craig Henderson.
And you know, Vic, the same has to go for how Can-Jam Motorsports must feel about their rising star, Crazy Leo. After running the first loop in 2-wheel drive, Leo recovered smartly and will earn his 3rd podium finish of the season, collecting 2nd place points. Defi is a tough event to master, but Leo has finally figured out the formula for success here on the old WRC roads.
You know, Paul, we don't see his face, but I just have a feeling there's a smile there. He loves this, and he puts so many smiles on the faces of the spectators. Now up at the front, of course, without Richard to challenge him, Lestage and Richard are on their way to yet another win. If they can make it to the finish, with the lead they have, they'll collect their 4th win in a row in Canada this year.
And with that win will go a nearly insurmountable lead in the race to the Fiddler Cup.
Congratulations to Lestage and Richard. They win Rallye Defi.
Yeah, it's a great rally for us again. Continue our good season with all the wins, and it was just a perfect rally. The car ran flawless. Nat did a good job. Gives us we're in a very comfortable position for the championship now, and we also clinched the North American Cup with that. So really happy with that.
The ROCKSTAR Royal Group team takes the win, dominating. Crazy Leo, Martin Brady, they're 2nd. Team Swap Drops, Craig Henderson, Lynn Murphy, they round out the podium.
With the win today, Lestage opens up his lead in the championship to 41 points over Richard. He only needs 3 more points to earn his next spot on the Fiddler Cup. Crazy Leo is now only 1 point behind Richard.
Craig Henderson has to be happy. He's on the podium again. As for Lestage, he knows that on even ground, the battle with Richard is never over.
I would never say we have him covered. It's always a tight battle with him, and definitely he was quick this weekend, but after what happened this morning, it was just a matter of not doing any mistakes and make sure the car was good. Look forward to the next time. Should make good battles.
And with 3 podium finishes in a row, maybe we ought to stop calling Leo crazy.
Today it was very much about finishing because we were quite reasonably comfortable in 2nd.
And then until we hit a rock on a stage, which destroyed the tire, and we had to drive 10K on a flat tire, which was some challenge. I was ready for the car to fall apart.
When that tire exploded, I thought that was it. We were going to be going home, parked there. So,
but we made it to the end, changed it after the end of the stage, and the car was fine in one piece pretty much.
I'm very happy with how we've got here, you know.
But with only 2 events left in the season, Antoine Lestage has a commanding lead. The next round is the Pacific Forest Rally and some of the most terrifying roads in the championship. The Canadian Rally Championship on Canada's Sports Leader, TSN.